Okay, what up nerdies? Here is another video because today I stayed inside and played Dauntless. Okay, so people have been asking me for an easy war pike build. It hasn't really changed that much, but I will show you what is the current most efficient war pike build for beginners. Okay, so I'm going to start you off with the Charred Spear from the Charrock. Why? Because the unique effect of this one is that after spending 75 stamina, the next attack emits a cone of flame, which is really, and it's really easy to spend stamina with this build, okay? You will want to have an acidic cell here. Why? Because wounding is a major part of the war pike and you need to get used to it. Wounding builds are some of the strongest, but if you don't like acidic, right, you can just slot another recycle cell in here and you will be perfectly fine. But I don't recommend using recycle +6 with the war pike because the war pike, the way the war pike attacks, especially with the spinning attack, is that it can hit multiple parts accidentally. So in general, it's better to focus on recycle +3 because it's very difficult to build up your recycle +6 bonus. All right. And don't forget, when you wound a behemoth, you gain additional attack speed and damage. Very useful. Okay. Now in this slot, what you want is a toughness cell. Why? Because you are forced to have a second defensive slot here that you cannot change for the easy build. Okay. So this is what I would choose. Your special is going to be your concussive payload for easy interrupts and bonus damage. And your mod, okay, now ideally what you want to have is balanced spearhead. But if you're just beginning the game, you're probably going to have munitions amplifier instead. I'll demonstrate with munitions amplifier, but ideally you want balanced spearhead. Okay, it's very useful. And that's about it for the weapon. Oh shit, sorry, I didn't remove my cam. Let me do that again, my bad. So, Charred Spearhead, Acidic Cell, Toughness Cell. I hope you guys got through that explanation. Special is Concussive Payload, and Mod is Munitions Amplifier. Okay, so sorry about not removing my cam. Totally slipped my mind today. Tempest will be your Omnicell of choice here. Why not Iceborne? If you have a lot of difficulty surviving, choose Iceborne. But with this build, right, considering you've got 2 defensive cells, you need an offensive Omnicell, and Tempest is your best choice. Okay, plus the baseline 10% attack speed, very useful. Your lantern will be the Pangar Shine. If you have difficulty surviving, oh sorry, your lantern will not be the Pangar Shine, unless you are all right on survival. Opposite way around. If you have difficulty surviving with this build, do not use the Pangar Shine. Deploy the Koshai's Bloom with a reuse cell. Okay. You can also swap this reuse cell to a molten cell. Same thing as what was discussed with the easy chainblade build that I recently dropped. Okay, same principle. You can either go +6 molten or +6 reuse. The choice is yours. I'm going to demonstrate +6 reuse, but you can absolutely go +6 molten if you want to. Okay, so I'll demonstrate with the Pangar Shine. But again, if you have difficulty surviving, please do not hesitate to use the Koshai Lantern. Okay. Skullforge, you do not need to power surge it. Same thing with the easy chainblade build, because this will help you set a stamina level, and that means that you can eternally consume stamina and trigger the UE forever if you want to. It's consuming your 75 stamina has never been easier. Okay, parasitic cell in here. This is your survival and lifesteal. Okay, Scravewing jacket with endurance cell, fiery gauntlets with a recycle cell, and Scravewing boots with a reuse cell. These are your best choices before doing trials, escalations, getting legendary gear, all that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate this build now that you guys have had a thorough explanation about it. I'm going to demonstrate it in combat, but I've learned something different. While we get into combat, right? Okay, while we're busy getting into combat, I'll explain my cell choices so we don't waste time. Okay, in general, actually I can just leave my face here now. In general, adrenaline and endurance, you can go up to 63% bonus damage at 0 stamina, but as you know from the Chainblade build, you will never be at 0 stamina. So set your stamina level for the Skullforge and then just start attacking, okay? Reuse will give you up to 20% increased attack speed with a 90% chance of doing that every time you break apart. Otherwise, you get 10% attack speed. So regardless, you still get a buff, okay? But again, some people don't prefer that. They go for +6 Molten, totally fine, okay? It's an either or situation. As for the rest of the perks, Recycle was already discussed before. It goes up to +3, all right, and you can go up to 30% bonus damage. You will notice that it's easier to get to +3, but you will often lose the bonus because the spinning attack will hit a different part. Like I said, I'll demonstrate that in actual combat. As for the rest of the perks, well, They are the standard ones that we've discussed in other videos. Again, you can watch the easy chain blade build, but Aether Hunter you cannot remove. It comes with a charred spear, so you're stuck with that. Parasitic toughness, survival. I don't think I need to explain those. Okay. And that is just about it. Acidic will convert 50% of your part damage to wound damage. So this is actually worse at breaking parts, FYI. Alright, but you can wound a behemoth easily. So it's great for team play. Now, we'll just kill the first thing we come across, which is this lovely Shrike. It's 5 levels above us, but ideally you only want to fight creatures that are about 2 to 3 levels above you. This is standard for all easy builds, okay? Now, this is a bit different with the chain blades. I like to actively dodge in combat, all right? But the great part is that while doing so, all right, not only will you be gaining plenty of stamina, all right, but if you dodge an attack in combat, all right, you can also gain the amazing bonus of Tempest, which allows you to use an additional attack. Not only can this be used for positioning and whatnot, it's just so good. All right. And now, once you're recovering additional stamina, look, you've already got all the other bonuses. All right. Oh, by the way, you can trigger your Charog stuff even with your concussive payload. So don't hesitate to use up your stamina and trigger those Charog attacks. All right. Use your stamina freely because it's all for free. Alright, just go ham with the spin attacks. You will keep gaining stamina, using up stamina, and just, you know, dishing out more and more damage. It's insane. It's literally insane. And even if you were using just your spin attacks, because of acidic, 50% of your part damage is going to be wound damage, right? So you can wound with your Tempest, you can wound with everything. Alright, and each of those wounds is going to give you even more strength. Need to heal up? No problem. Shoot. 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 Heal away. Heal away. Alright, you see how all this is working? Now, if you're having trouble surviving genuinely, like you feel like it's a struggle to survive, that's okay. Okay? Normally, you would not be taking on creatures this high above you, but what I am going to demonstrate now is the Iceborne version. Although you lose out on the bonus damage because, you know, you lack the 10% attack speed bonus, it won't be a problem if you're taking on creatures 2 to 3 levels above you. But if you fight massively above your level, which I'm showing you in the stress test, all right, because I have so many Slayer Path bonuses and all that stuff, it does get a bit dicey. It does get a bit dicey. The build functions absolutely without any potions or whatnot, but it doesn't mean that, you know, you're completely free of responsibility. You do have to understand that you will suffer if you don't, you know, at least take into account of your own playstyle. Alright, so we're getting into combat. Now, the other thing about Munitions Amplifier is that you can just leave bullets in there and they will just slowly upgrade in quality, which is one of the best benefits of it. So even if I don't reach the absolute end, I can always, you know, get better bullets. Now, you'll notice that I'm not really gaining much from Recycle, as you can see. I can get it up to +3, but again, it's something that disappears frequently. So you're just gonna want to be a bit cautious about that, okay? Feel free to dodge as needed, but if you don't want to as well, that's totally okay. If I get lazy, I just go ham like that. I'll use the Iceborne Cell for the stagger immunity and just start shooting. So anyway, I started blasting, you know? Kind of like that. Now, if your stamina gets too high, okay, don't hesitate to do some stuff like this. I'll just jump around the creature and my thingy resets, right? So not only am I lowering my stamina for what I need, I'm chilling it out with Pangars. I'm also gaining the additional benefit of my Charog UE constantly. All right, you starting to see how all this comes together? It's great. Basically, you will always be in the best possible situation. Even if the creature is drastically above your level, it's just so easy. You know? Like, barely any kind of, you know, serious need to worry. Especially, like I said, if you're concerned about survival, you don't want to use the Tempest version, go ahead, use the Iceborne version. You literally will not be losing out. Alright? Yeah, you might lose that attack speed bonus, sure, but in general, still going to be able to completely destroy most behemoths with ease. Alright? I don't think I have to demonstrate further. If you want me to, I can go fight this Charog. Okay, but we just fought creatures way above our level. Look at what happens when it's within the normal range. Alright, I can beat up this Charog real quick as well. Even with an elemental disadvantage. Just never forget that. Alright, but because this one doesn't... Like, you don't have the same kind of dashes to get you somewhere faster, like the chain blades do. You can absolutely run around with your weapon out. That's also a great way of preparing accordingly. Because like I said, once you start actually fighting, you will be constantly gaining stamina as in the form of a stamina shield. So you just want to be a bit cautious about that. All right. And this is what I do. While my Iceborne bonus is up, I just don't even give a shit about the damage. I just go all in. I start firing. Like I said, so anyway, I started blasting. See how all that works? So it's a great way of playing because you just don't have to be too concerned. Alright? So I've shown the two sides to it. With Iceborne, you can just ignore everything and just not even worry about survival. It's a brain dead way of playing. Alright? So you can go with that and just, you know, go easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright? But if you use the Tempest version, you have to be a bit more cautious, okay? And the Tempest version is more ideal for when you're speed leveling, because if you fight things that are about 2 to 3 levels above you, not only will you not have much difficulty, you will also be leveling up really fast, thanks to the faster kill times. Alright, so that's about it. That's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you out. Those of you that have been asking for the easy Warpike build, here you go. Have fun. Alright, now this channel isn't monetized yet, so please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. That'll really help us out a lot. If you want to, you can also send a tip via the link in the description of the video. That's it. Have fun. See you on the next one.